What's up, guys? Tugi here, back again. Fair warning, a little bit sick, that's why there wasn't an episode yesterday. The change in weather is just absolutely kicking my ass. I don't think I had really been sick all year, up until the past couple of weeks, where I've just been a mess. But getting into this episode, we have 20 games left in Season 6. We have a 7-point lead on the Washington Capitals, but we have a problem moving forward. As you guys know, with the Lions right now, the big thing was, do we make any moves? And you guys said we should probably get rid of Nikolai Ehlers because he's kind of struggling this year and move Gorodov up to the second line, which is fair. I mean, yeah, a little, for me, obviously I like to have lefties on the left, righties on the right, but change that up for the power play, Gorodov being a righty. That's not really the point, though. Moving into next season, here are the UFAs we have. We can re-sign Kevin Stenlund, which maybe we will. He's been all right on the fourth line for us throughout this series. He hasn't been terrible. And for a fourth liner, 17 goals and 18 assists is actually great. But Seth Jones is going to need a new contract. It is a guarantee he asks for over $7 million a season. So that right there is a problem. McQuaid, Ouellet get cut. Ehlers is also a UFA. It's a guarantee he asks for more than $5 million per season. Velarde and Abramov are RFAs, but then again, Stan Gorodov is an RFA. And it's a guarantee he asks for more than $5 million. So my thinking is right now that we get somebody, and I have that somebody in mind. I've scouted this out a little bit. Bottom line is, do I feel confident with this move? Somewhat, because the person we're about to acquire is going to be the new leading scorer on this team. He has 2 more points than Patrick Laine. It's a lot to give up Ehlers and Gorodov, but I feel like I have to do it because I want to make sure that we can get Seth Jones, and of course we have a ton of draft picks as well, and I don't feel like we're going to be able to re-sign Jones, Ehlers, and Gorodov in the same offseason. So I'm going to play it safe. And we're going to require somebody that if we run into the same problem next year, we can trade away. But for now, acquiring him while also giving up Ehlers and Gorodov will leave our team in a very good spot. Unfortunately, it's not Vladimir Tarasenko. Trust me, I tried. But it is going to be Jaden Schwartz. We're going to get him for our second line spot, an 87 overall. Very well-rounded stats. I also like the 89 offensive awareness and the 85 poise. But right now, 17 goals and 46 helpers on the year. Yes, he's playing with Tarasenko. But as you see right there, he is making roughly $1.5 million less than the combined total of Gorodov and Ehlers, which you would kind of expect when you're combining 2 player salaries. But you get my point. We're going to be saving a little bit of money, which is good. It's always good. And it's just a matter, guys, of me being a bit paranoid and wanting to make sure that we are able to hold on to Seth Jones while also keeping our team a bit competitive. Now, we also need to tack on Brett Connolly just due to the whole, we don't want to lose him on waivers, so we're not going to accept this. But we'll just send him down to Cleveland and then cut him at the end of this year. But again, it's a risky trade. I don't want to give up Ehlers. I know he's having an off year. And I don't want to give up Stan Gorodov at all because, my God, thank you, Carl Alsner. But I think it's what we have to do for now. Because keep in mind, too, the main 5, Puljujarvi, Laine, Duchesne, Lutzer, and Tkachuk, will still be intact, plus Carlson and Seth Jones on defense. Especially, too, considering that I'm not sure if Chychrun is going to turn into a top 2. So we want to keep that top 4 in defense together. Girardi and... Jesus Christ. That was a hell of a cough / burp / voice crack / everything. Holy shit. Caught me by surprise. God, being sick sucks. Girardi and Jarrett have been great together, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to waste any more time, because the longer I have to talk today, the more I risk having something like that happen again, and that hurt and was somewhat embarrassing. So let's get this deal done. I'm pretty sure it was 2/4 and a fifth that I accept. I'm pretty sure Montreal is doing all right, and then we will tack on. We'll tack on Washington's fifth. So overall, am I the happiest person in the world to be making this trade? No. But we get somebody who's still a very solid player, and we're much more likely to be able to keep Seth Jones. That didn't go through. Shit. Was it 3/4, son? What did I do before? Fuck it, we'll just tack on Vancouver's fourth. It doesn't matter. Will that go through? Hey, look at that. I could totally make a jump cut there, but I won't. That is the trade. I'm not sure how it'll work out for us, but we will see. I was definitely worried, too, about the morale system just taking a plunge, which it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Now, you're probably wondering, well, as you can see, that leaves you with 17 skaters, so who gets called up? That, my friends, would be Passy Hall. We're going to move Stenlund over to the right-hand side on that fourth line, so the fourth line now will be Abramov, Hall, and Stenlund. We also... Did we lose? Hey, I think we lost Brett Connolly, which is fine by me. That saves me a bit of time. McQuaid and Ouellet both made it. So yeah, we lost Brett Connolly on waivers, which is nice. I was worried about the extra morale hit of sending down McQuaid and Xavier Ouellet, but it is what it is. I'm all right with it. And this is the new team. How they will do, I do not know. But the third line is now Dahlman, Velarde, and Tarasov. We're going to give Victor Tarasov the chance. Abramov, Hall, and Stenlund. And then, of course, the second line is Schwartz, Lutzer, and Puljujärvi. The defense remains the same. I will have to change up the power play lines, though, and I will do that right now before I get you a look at the AHL team. So, as you can see, getting back into it, this hasn't been the power play structure all year, but whenever I have the chance to switch it back, because the injuries have been a problem, and whenever an injury happens, I really don't feel like taking the extra 2 or 3 minutes to get the power play and penalty kill line set up. But the main power play, it is Laine, Duchesne, Tkachuk, Carlson with now Dahlman, Puljujärvi, Lutzer with Schwartz, and we have Jones with Jarrett. In the AHL, we only have 5 players now that have made the cut and that we're focusing on. It's Ryan Peters, Kallio, and J.C. Donovan, Zach Matthews, Evan Tambellini, and now, of course, Jaden Deschanel is there. Kind of nice that Connolly didn't stay, because otherwise Rocco Grimaldi would be scratched. The defense is pretty much the same. Ouellet covering for Matt Irwin. So, with all of that done, it is time to get into the sim here. Not the move I expected to make at all, but we will see if it works out for us. Again, we have a little bit of a lead over the Caps with 20 games to go, so let's get in to the sim here, and I think, as always, we will go to April 1st. Now, we have 5 back-to-backs. So Ty Edmonds will be getting a lot of work in the month ahead. But let's see, can we maintain our lead, and will this trade have worked out for us? Let's find out. So guys, we're actually going to jump back into this here. It's March 23rd, and as you can see, we've had a pretty good month. We won 2 straight to start, an overtime loss to Buffalo, which I wish we didn't have, but they are a pretty good team. Ty Edmonds came in and beat the Florida Panthers 8-2. We beat Boston, but then back-to-back losses. A straight-up loss to Philly, a division rival, which sucks. And then an overtime loss to Toronto, but of course they are a great team. Edmonds gets another win against Florida and Boston. We started them in 2 straight. And then Korpisalo comes back in against Colorado, gets the win. And then 3-1, a huge win against Washington. But Joonas Korpisalo goes down. I'm not joking. With a torn groin until May. Yeah. So we have a 10-point lead on the Caps. But Joonas Korpisalo is down and out for the moment. Now, like I said, though, Ty Edmonds has been great this season. 15 games, a .925 save percentage. We've had to call up Mike Condon. Korpisalo, though, also a .925 save percentage in 59 games. I talked about injuries fucking up the lines, mainly for power play and penalty kill. This is worse. than the Seth Jones injury from a few years ago. Losing Korpisalo here could absolutely cripple us. It still says pending evaluation. It told me May 17th, which probably means we don't get him back until the very end of round 2 or the start of round number 3. But we have to move on. We have 9 games left. Mike Condon will get the starts against San Jose, it looks like. Both teams are kind of a toss-up. So we'll have Edmonds in here. He loses his first game, 4-2 to Carolina, which isn't ideal. Craig Lowry goes down in Cleveland. That's unfortunate. Can Edmonds get the win against the Calgary Flames? He can, 5-2. All right, so a 1-1 split isn't too bad. At the end of this episode, we will take a look to see for sure when Korpisalo is back. We have clinched a playoff spot as well. We're still 8 points up on the Caps, so we should still be on our way to another division title. Now let's hope Mike Condon can be the Ottawa Senators version of Mike Condon, where he is just on fire right now. We have a 46-20-9 record. Amateur scouting, I don't even care at this point. It's broken, and Condon loses to the Sharks, so we're trading wins and losses down the stretch, which is not ideal in the slightest. Condon finished with an .869 save percentage. Oh, you suck. You are the worst. Actually, you know what I think I'll do is I'll probably call up Anton Forsberg, and maybe he can do for us what he did in the past in prior series. Now, thankfully, Condon's only going to have to start one more game, and it will be against the god-awful Detroit Red Wings, who, even with Wenberg and Toffoli doing very well in terms of point totals, they are struggling. Now, we beat the Oilers 6-2, which is very nice. We have a game against the Islanders, division, not necessarily rivals. We lose 4-3 in a shootout, but at least we picked up a point. Lowry's back. We'll just leave him scratched for now. He might get pissed, but whatever. It's only a few games. You have to be kidding me with these injuries, man. I mean, it's only for a couple of days, but god damn, man. Like, come on. You're killing me here. Of course the injuries were going to happen. Why wouldn't the injuries have started to happen? So we need to call up a forward, preferably a right-handed shot. Oh, shit. Who do we call up here? Who do we call up? Fuck, I don't know who to call up here. You know what? Whatever. I'm calling up J.C. Donovan. He's our best right-handed shot. I'm going to send... Oh, wait. Condon would bring us below the limits? I forgot to hit the X button on Donovan. See, I'm just falling apart here. Absolutely falling apart. Anton Forsberg is going to be the backup goalie. I'm not going to worry about power play lines or anything at the moment. We will take care of that when the time comes. We'll actually bring up Stenlund. So Avramov, Hall, Donovan, Stenlund, Velarde, Dahlman. That looks all right. The defense is set. Goaltending is set. We will just go best lines for now in the AHL because the season is pretty much over and they will not be making the playoffs. Edmonds loses 5-2 to New Jersey. Oh boy. Okay, at least Puljujärvi's back. I'm just going to go best lines for now anyway. I'll have to fix it after the Detroit game anyway. We get a 3-1 win against the Rangers, 48-22-10. Not looking like we'll crack 50 wins on the season. We'd have to win both of these last two games, but we are still 9 points ahead of the Caps, and we have locked up the division title yet again. So that's good. We have something going for us at the moment. Anton Forsberg, if I don't hit the wrong fucking button, will get the next game, and I quickly want to send down J.C. Donovan. Let's do that really quick. Again, this is why I make so many jump cuts. Sitting here in the menus is bullshit because it's so time-consuming. We'll go best lines again. I'll fix the AHL after the season. Who gives a shit? They're not making the playoffs. So, it is Mike Condon against the god-awful Detroit Red Wings. We have a 48-22-10 record. It's not Mike Condon, it's Anton Forsberg. I'm an idiot. Anton Forsberg gets the win, though, which is very nice. Something that Mike Condon could not do. Anton Forsberg has been very, very kind to me in this series. 24 saves and a win in that game. So we will quickly sim this last game of the year against the Islanders. Of course, the division title is locked up. Somehow the Rangers aren't... oh, no, wait, they're in a top 3 spot. Jesus, I am falling apart. We fall just short of 50 wins. The Islanders beat us in the last game of the year. And like I said, I'll fix our lines. We'll take a look at point totals as well at the beginning of the next episode before we look at whoever we are playing in the playoffs, which is what I want to find out right now. Hey, we got 29 sellouts. Hooray, I don't think we can fix anything. And we play the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round of the playoffs. We will look at the full playoff trade. Like I said, point totals and all that shit we'll take a look at the start of the next one. But in the West, it is Nashville and St. Louis, Chicago, Winnipeg, LA, Edmonton, Calgary, Anaheim. In the East, Washington and the Rangers. We play the Hurricanes, Buffalo, Montreal, and Toronto, and Philly. So Carolina, it'll be interesting to see how they did this season. Obviously, they were good enough to be one of the 3 teams, actually one of the 4 teams, from the Atlantic Division. I assume they were the wild card team, though, which could be very good for us. Before I forget, and as we wrap up this episode, Joonas Korpisalo, please don't be out for too much longer. I don't mind Ty Edmonds. 4 weeks. We are 4 weeks away from getting Joonas Korpisalo back. I don't know. I do not know if that'll be too long of a time. We're playing a fully healthy Carolina team, and we will see who that entails, who that means, who is on the Hurricanes in the next episode. That is it for this one, guys. A massive trade and an even bigger injury. But once again, we are the champions of the Metro. But does that mean anything as we enter the playoffs? So we will find out in the next episode. As always, guys, support the channel by any way you deem necessary. It's always appreciated. And I will see you in the first round against the 43, 32, and 7 Carolina Hurricanes.